I've always had a particular type, right? I am the kind of girl that is drawn to the bad boy kind of guy, which to be honest is it's not the best. And lots of girls have that thing going on. And I don't know why, I don't know where we get it from. Like the first guy I ever had a crush on, I think I was 9 years old. Yes, I was 9 years old. I can remember it till this day. I saw him and I was like, so cute, so gorgeous. I was 9 and that was my first crush. And he was a bad boy. Hi everyone, my name is Kimia Andrew and you're welcome to Share Chapters on Botchpot.com. You know what we are about here? We're just getting into my story, just letting in on my life, what I've been through, what I've done. I'm not that old, so we're just here having fun, learning about my story and just sharing events and situations so that we can learn from each other. Basically just letting you into the chapters of my life and hoping that you can pick one or two things from it. Okay, so today on today's episode of Relational Regrets. Yes, we've all had relationships that we regret, right? I know that for some people, we have a lot of happy relationships. For some lucky people, you've been with one person and you got married to that person and it's been amazing and it's been a journey and you don't have experience. You don't have to spend time like kissing frogs until you get your prince, right? So yeah, but for me, I've had a few regrets. Now, I would gladly say that I learned something much earlier on, not to have regrets. When I say not to have regrets, like whatever it is that you've fallen into, whatever mistakes you've made, you should learn from it. And so it shouldn't be something that you'd regret. And I have those kind of situations. But there's always one or two relationships that are like, guy, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have gotten into this. And to be honest, I have like a couple of those. And the story goes like this. So, I've always had a particular type, right? I am the kind of girl that is drawn to the bad boy kind of guy, which to be honest is it's not the best. And lots of girls have that thing going on. And I don't know why, I don't know where we get it from. Like the first guy I ever had a crush on, I think I was 9 years old. Yes, I was 9 years old. I can remember it till this day. I saw him and I was like, so cute, so gorgeous. I was 9 and that was my first crush. And he was a bad boy. When I say bad boy, he didn't want to go to school. He's a fighter. He was a last born. I think that's where my problem began. That's where my problem began. So over the years, I've been drawn to that kind of rebellious spirit. And I think because probably I also had something like that. I had like that kind of rebellious spirit. So I was drawn to it. I was drawn to the more rebellious kind of guy. The one that if you're serious in life, you will not go for. That's the kind I've been drawn to. And most of the time it was fun, right? But it always ended up in premium tears. Always ended up in pain. It just wasn't it. But the fact is that I actually didn't regret those relationships. They were like learning processes for me. I might have regretted some of my actions, but I didn't regret the relationship. Now, when I got a little bit older, I think I was in university. I think about like mid-20s, 23-ish, like around that time. I had gotten tired of dating the bad boy. I had really gotten tired. I was like, okay, this is not going anywhere. This is not taking me anywhere. I'm dating the same kind of guy. I'm ending up with the same pain. And I'm like, you have to do something better. You have to make a better decision with your life. Try dating somebody that is not your normal type of guy, and maybe you would actually find someone serious. Because if I'm going to be honest, the guys that I was dating were not serious. They were not going to get married. Yes, I didn't know then, but now I understand that even then I didn't want to get married. I just thought I did, but I didn't. Right? Society make you feel like as a girl, at a certain age, it's almost like they start putting like pressure on you. Get married. The moment you reach 20, then I start asking, okay, when I bring in uncle, I'm like, I don't understand. All this while, you're telling me no boyfriend, no boyfriend. How am I supposed to just bring man to your house? But yeah, so at 20, you're getting this pressure from either family, non-family, strangers, people that are just meeting you on the road. Everybody feels like they can just butt in and ask you, when I get married. And for a 20-year-old, it was a lot of pressure. Like, I actually felt like, okay, this was something I needed to do and make people proud. And as a people pleaser, I wanted to please people. Deep down, even though I had that rebellious spirit, deep down, I would still want to please people. So I got tired of dating the bad boy. I decided, okay, how about I try something more better? Try something that was someone that was different. And I did. I tried dating this guy that I just met. And I met this guy like he was on my case. Like, he was like, he really likes me. He just wants us to like have a relationship. He feels like he believes that I'm the kind of girl for him, all of those kind of things. And for me, I didn't really like him, but I was like, try dating somebody you don't really like that, but has potential. Like, you can see that there's a potential that relationship might be something more. And I said, okay. Okay. And I've never experienced a flip from a human being before like that. Like, so imagine you meet a guy. It's not love bombing. He wasn't love bombing me, because if he was love bombing me, he would have like given me gifts. He would have like been on the phone always calling me. No. It wasn't love bombing. He was just like really telling me how much he liked me, how much he cared for me, and all of those things. And he would show it in little ways, right? So I finally said, okay, I think it was after a week. I was like, okay, let me just give him a chance. Let me see. This guy flipped on me the next day. I don't mean the next week. I mean the next day. And this is not exaggerating. Let's say he asked me out on Monday. No, he's been asking me out for a week. And then on Monday, I agreed to date him. On Tuesday, this is no joke. On Tuesday, this guy flipped, like he changed. I think because I've never experienced that in my life, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that somebody that was so sweet now became mean. I don't know how to describe this thing. Like, it wasn't that he was abusive, because the situation, the environment I grew up in, there are certain things that if you do to me, there's no way I'm going to even talk to you, right? So he wasn't abusive in the like clear, should I say, obvious way, right? It was just, this guy just flipped. If I'm talking with my friends and laughing, he would squeeze his face and be like, can't you guys just keep quiet? And I'm like, I don't understand. You're also a noisy person. You've known me with my friends to be gisting. How is it now annoying you? Right? So I was like, what's going on? My brain couldn't understand that somebody that was so nice is now mean. He would say things and I'm like, why? Like, why? Why are you saying this kind of thing? And for me, it was a new experience. It was a new experience. And that relationship lasted for, was it a month or two? And when I say month or two, I mean like to the exact date. It was 2nd of something. It was 2nd of January that he asked me out. Was it January? Yes. He broke up with me 2nd of March. No joke. And it was via text. And he said, okay, I don't want to say this, because the moment I say this, I don't want to say it because I don't want to put anybody out there. But yeah, so this guy broke up with me 2nd on the dot. And apparently what his excuse was that he felt like I wasn't going to be really the kind of girl for him. He has like a lot of things that he wants to concentrate on spiritually. As a church boy, as a church person, as a person that was dedicated to church, and he felt like I wasn't in alignment with that. I was like, guy, I don't understand. Like, you are the one that was trying to obviously use me. Like, it was obvious that you just wanted to use me. And then I challenged you once, because there was a day that he actually was in my face, like talking rubbish. I think I was complaining about some girl that he was really close to, that was looking like, I don't understand what's going on with you and this girl. And I was complaining about it, and he was like raising his voice at me. And I was like, I literally got into his face and I said, You're not doing that with me. You're not going to be raising your voice at me. In my mind, I was in a space where I'm going to bite off the head of anybody that tries to hurt me right now. And you insisted on asking me out, and I finally agreed, and you now flip on me. And you still want to make me feel bad? No. No, 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 no. So I literally was not having it. And I think he realized that I wasn't the quiet, nice, timid girl that he thought I was, because I do come off that way sometimes. I do come off quiet, nice, prim and proper, timid. Is it? I don't think I'm obvious wife material, but some people might think so. But I think he had that idea of she can be under you, like you can walk over her, and he realized that I wasn't going to be that girl. So yeah, when I stood my ground, he sent me a text that he's done, and I cried out of anger. My God, I was pissed because I literally, like, for the last month that we were in that relationship, I had to convince myself to just give him a chance. I was like, just give him a chance, just wait and see. He might come around. And then he breaks up with me. Oh my God. I was so pissed. I was like, me that's even giving you a chance. I think that was my anger. I cried out of anger. But yeah, that's my relationship that I kind of regretted. And it wasn't because it ended bad. It was because I felt like it shouldn't have happened. Like, it was a relationship that shouldn't have happened. That the most that would have happened between us would have been that we stayed friends. And if we had stayed friends, I think it would have been of more benefit to both of us even than going like the extra mile to date. And so even though I have dated worse people, yeah, I've dated people that have hurt me, like taking their time to plan the hurt. But that one I regret because I know that it shouldn't have happened. For the others, it was an intentional thing where I got myself into it. So I can't regret it because I made a decision to be in it. And when it ended up the way that it ended up, which I knew it was going to end up, but I was hoping otherwise, I couldn't complain. You know that kind of thing that they would tell you, don't touch socket, or don't touch fire. You know, went and touched it, and then it burns you. If you cry out of pain. You don't cry because you went and you regret that you touched it. It's because you know that fire will burn you. And I'm not even talking about babies. I'm talking about adults, that you go and touch fire. So yeah, that's one relationship that I think I do regret. Another one that I did kind of regret was, he was the first, I think he was the first kind of guy that looked like he was ready to settle kind of person. I think he wasn't my type as well. I mean, he was cute and all. He had like career in front and all of those things. But in my mind, I knew, don't try this. But I was like, let's just try it. Let's break the circle again. Me and this is my breaking of circles that I'm experimenting myself. But anyway, I said, okay, let me break the circle. And he was a long-term friend. Not like we've been in contact all the while, but we've known each other for a long while. So I felt, okay, if anybody would do me bad, it wouldn't be this person. So let me try it and see. And for a girl who was used to talking to her boyfriend every single day, it was during that time that I learned to not talk to a guy that I'm dating for a whole week. Because he wouldn't call me for like 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks straight, he wouldn't call me. And then after 2 weeks, he would send me a text. Now, I know some people will hear this now and be like, how didn't you know that you were the side piece? I did not know now because I've never done this kind of thing. How am I supposed to know something I have never done? I didn't know that was the routine. I didn't know that was the process, that if he's not serious with you, he doesn't call you. I just thought he was really busy because he actually was busy. He was studying a very tedious course and he had to be in school, like literally he sleeps at school sometimes. And I was like, okay, he's really busy. So it can't be anything but the fact that he's busy. So when he wasn't calling me for 2 weeks, I was like, okay, that's fine. He's not calling me for 2 weeks. He's busy and all of those things. But later on found out that, yeah, he was kind of playing me. And the sad part was I wasn't actually serious with him. I just wanted to see if I can get myself out of my usual funk of dating the same kind of bad guy. So it wasn't fun. For that one, it wasn't like much hurt. I just felt insulted because when I found out like he was saying bad, mean things about me, I was really hurt. I was like, I've dated bad boys. Bad boys don't even talk behind your back. They don't talk about their girls behind their backs. So I expect that somebody that has his stuff together will not do the same. But turns out that they are the ones that will do the same. You would think that the obvious bad ones are the ones that will do you bad. It's not them. Oh. It's not them. It's those ones that will look like they are ready to settle down. Those uncle. I may not say much. But yeah, so basically, I have had like a couple of relationships where I thought that they would turn better because I was going a different direction than my normal spec. And it ended up being bad. So what am I trying to teach you? I do not know. But all I'm saying is it's not everything that might seem bad that might be bad. Oh my God, I'm not even saying it. But yeah, to be honest, as much as even though I have this relational mistake, this relational regrets, I still know that at least I learned something about human beings. I learned that it's not always okay. The honest truth is, it actually did work. My experiment actually did work. Dating these guys, even though I did regret dating them, it shifted my mind a bit. It shifted my mind. For example, the guy that I dated that was always busy at school, it shifted my perspective to actually start looking for guys that were serious about their lives. It actually did that for me. So it wasn't just about dating the guy that was always chill, always flexing, partying, smoking weed, drinking, and all of those things. No, it made me realize you have to go for somebody more serious with their life, someone that has things together. It might not be perfect, but at least someone that has things together. So it wasn't really bad for me. I might have regretted the fact that I dated him because I felt there are certain people that you don't have to date. That's the honest truth. Just because you're attracted to somebody, you don't have to date the person. It might just be that you're friends, and it should remain that way. Don't do anything else. Just be friends, and don't add to it. Don't ruin it. Do not ruin the friendship. Yeah, I've ruined a couple of my friendships because of this dating thing, and I think that was one of my biggest regrets when it comes to relationship, was dating my best friend. Yes, that was one of my biggest regrets because we shouldn't have dated, because when it ended, I didn't just lose a boyfriend, I lost a best friend, and it hurt. It so hurt. That was the most painful one. Because when I say I lost my best friend, I mean I actually lost my best friend. He was my best friend. He was the person that knew everything about me. We weren't always seeing each other. I think we didn't see each other for a while, but we were talking. When we meet each other, when we talk, we catch each other up on our lives. And when we made that mistake of dating, don't ever date your best friend if you know you don't want to end up in something serious. Don't ever do it. Keep your best friends. Hold them together. If they are trying to wiggle out of the best friend space, tell them, best friend. Tell them, best friend, see, I love you too much. I cannot lose you. Like, be serious about guarding your best friendships, because once you lose it, and for me, it wasn't even that he didn't still want to be my best friend, but the hurt was there, and I felt like we needed to just not be friends anymore. We could just be friends, but no more best friendship. It was already ruined. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope I didn't bomb you with my sad stories. Oh my goodness. I can say sad stories sometimes. But yeah, there are some friendships that you shouldn't ruin. You don't have to date everybody that you think you like. Self-control is important. Just because you like somebody doesn't mean you have to date them. And you also have to time yourself. It's not every time that you should date. Just because you're single doesn't mean you're available to date. Please. Yes, thank you. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you. Love you. Bye.